The implications of supply chain decisions can mean the difference between spending or saving millions of dollars. The choice between optimizing 90% of your supply chain versus just 10% is simple. Knowing when the best choice has been made isn't so easy. Unfortunately, many companies make this decision each and every day, unintentionally focusing their efforts on the 10% at the expense of the 90%. And it all stems from a single function: packaging. Here's the issue. Consumer product firms view packaging as a marketing responsibility, while industrial businesses see it as an engineering function. They lose sight of the fact that packaging is just another piece of the supply chain. In our experience, completing over 500 optimization projects, this is how typical supply chain costs shape up. Transportation, 65%. Warehouse handling and storage, 25%. Corrugated shipping cases, 10%. 90% of supply chain costs are in transportation and warehousing. Yet time and time again, we see companies push these costs higher in an effort to reduce corrugated costs, the 10%. Why? Our success in packaging optimization lies in understanding how packaging truly relates to transportation and warehousing operations. We design the shipping case so products fit efficiently in space, and the box onto pallets, and pallets into trucks, reducing logistics expenses and your business's carbon footprint at each step of the journey. By understanding that packaging is just 10% of the bigger picture, we help you focus on optimizing the 90% for profit. We simply provide a better tool to achieve optimal results quickly, like giving your company a power drill where you only had a screwdriver, a chainsaw for a handsaw, a hammer for a rock. Using our experience and analytics, we pinpoint the lowest cost combination of boxes amongst millions of possibilities. For one large retailer, we evaluated 200 different boxes against 4 million unique shipments. That's 800 million separate analyses. If you were to assign 2 gifted engineers to the project for 8 hours per day, conducting 500 analyses per hour for 50 weeks of the year, it would take them 400 years to complete the analysis. With the aid of proprietary software, we finished in just 4 months. We don't tell you this to brag. We just know that it works, and we'll show you how. The inbound freight opportunity and case study. You won't want to pay for your vendor's inefficiency. That's why we work with your vendors to optimize their box decisions, carton sizes, and positions on pallets to increase your payload, reduce the number of inbound containers and trucks, and cut down on storage space. We've talked about optimizing the 90%, so how much can you expect to save? Case study: R.G. Berry. R.G. Berry, a 125 million footwear distributor, found itself on the brink, squeezed between falling prices, rising costs of materials, labor and energy, and the threat of big retailers buying direct. They needed a way to regain competitive advantage. R.G. Berry hired supply chain optimizers, and using our unique tools, we helped them reduce annual costs by $2.8 million. Inbound freight costs were lowered by 20%, $1.6 million, by deploying 600 fewer ocean containers. We trimmed warehouse expense by 25%, $1 million. Corrugated spend by 15%, $200,000. And filler expense by 20%, $100,000. All this by optimizing the packaging process in Asia. The results went beyond cutting costs though. R.G. Berry's 2 largest customers were so impressed by the new green savings that the improvements inspired $15 million of additional business. The program's success also included our identifying a Chinese packaging supplier who would collaboratively work with R.G. Berry's newly detailed instructions on how to properly pack and configure boxes onto a pallet before loading into ocean containers. Pick and pack operations opportunity and case studies. Pick and pack operations are notoriously inefficient in packaging. Product mix, suppliers, and order profiles change frequently and rapidly. Usually, a simple reanalysis of operations and optimization of shipping boxes to match is enough to see significant savings. One of the biggest problems we see is not using enough box sizes. This approach increases the total cost structure. Remember, 65% of supply chain costs are in transportation, right? Our goal is to increase bottom line profits. so we focus on optimizing the bigger picture. Many warehouse management systems use mathematical algorithms to select the best box for outbound shipments, but none of them decide which boxes to choose from. And we have found that in a manual operation, 25% of the time pickers choose a larger than needed box to make sure the product fits. The result? The average e-commerce shipper uses just 60% of their shipping space on products. The other 40% goes to void fillers and air. We evaluate clients' entire shipment profile to determine not only which box to select, but which boxes they should be choosing from. E-commerce and retail distribution case study 1. A toy retailer with 4 million packages per year outbound from one distribution center through retail stores and e-commerce business. Results: Toys employed a logistics company which used 16 outbound boxes that generated cube utilization of less than 44%. Via computer analysis with proprietary software, we knocked out 9 of the original boxes, replacing them with 12 new ones to improve cube utilization by 28%. Toys also reduced annual outbound cartons by 167,000, shipped cube by 947,000 cubic feet, and outbound weight by 782,000 pounds, all from reduced filler and packaging. The improvement was so immense that the client thought SEO had made a calculation error. Toys' logistics company challenged our solution and requested that we combine some proposed boxes to reduce the count from 19 to 17 to keep the operation more efficient. We analyzed this proposal and were able to show that this box reduction would increase our client's total cost by $200,000 per year. As in most of our pick-pack projects, 65% of the total cost reduction came in outbound freight expense. E-commerce and retail distribution case study 2. Retail household goods, mass merchant with 145 stores, and e-commerce business. Using our unique analytics, we identified optimal sizes and numbers of corrugated boxes for our client to achieve lowest total operational cost. The client was using 16 box types, which had not been reviewed in 10 years. Our analysis showed that 22 boxes were optimal. Only 9 of the 16 original boxes survived. Results: corrugate reduction of 10.4 million square feet, packing filler reduction of 62%, packing labor reduction over $125,000, outbound load reduction of 1.4 million cubic feet, outbound weight reduction of 771,000 pounds, elimination of more than 400 outbound truckloads along with associated labor and fuel, total cost reduction of $1.93 million, equaling 23.2% of total supply chain savings. And for commitment and innovation in environmental practices, our client won the Scope Green Award. Case Study 3. Our process isn't just for B2C e-commerce. Here's how it looks with a pick-and-pack B2B case study. A medical company producing 60,000 different laboratory products, ranging from hazardous chemicals to refrigerators, and shipping 7 million packages per year, 600,000 from Chicago. The client had always utilized 6 different box sizes for customer shipments, but no one knew why. Our intricate analysis measured the total cube of what was being picked and paid for against the total cube of what was shipped. Results showed that the product accounted for just 65% of the shipping cube. 35% of the shipping volume was filler and air. By adding 6 supplementary box choices, this waste was reduced to less than 20%. The client enjoyed an 18% reduction in packaging expense, half accountable through use of less packing material, and half through less packing labor. Shipment density also increased by 9%, which enabled the client to lower its transportation cost commensurately. Who can benefit? Over 25 years, we have helped many different industries, including but not limited to medical products, electronics, food, drug, beverage, office supplies, toys, apparel, mass merchants, automotive, household goods, catalog, gifts, health, beauty, hardware, industrial, home improvement, books, music, and video. Any executive who is motivated to improve, committed to change, and expects results can benefit, and companies with revenues exceeding $50 million will benefit the most. How much will you save? E-commerce saves 15% of the total supply chain costs. Distributors, B2B and B2C pick and pack shippers save 15% of their total supply chain costs. And manufacturers save 10% of their total supply chain costs. That's money that can be invested back into the business, and we don't ask you to wait years to see these kinds of results. Clients committed to change can start saving within 60 days. How do you engage? In fact, we're so confident in the results we deliver that we offer it at zero risk to our clients. If we don't save you dollars, you won't pay us a cent. No risk, but plenty of reward. Talk with e-commerce optimizers today. 716-473-6121 or visit ecommerceoptimizers.com.